Bonding essay question 13. So in question 13, it says that when non-metals such as chlorine and oxygen combine, they form Cl2O. They are covalent bonds. They form covalent bonds here. So what are covalent bonds? Now, this is actually seldom explained and seldom has been tested, but this really requires you to know your concepts well. If you can actually look at the definition textbook, but if you're able to bring out what you have learned from your drawings and stuff, it actually looks like this. So covalent bonds, obviously you're talking about the bonds here. Okay, so they are bonds formed when non-metals combine together. What do? They share electrons. And why do they share? So that they can obtain a noble gas electronic structure. And what is it? It is when the valence shell is fully filled. So you can see this is a very comprehensive and definition for what a covalent bond is. Okay, now we look at 13b. So as 13b about, they tell us to draw the dot and cross diagram for your Cl2O. Cl2O. So first up, the chemical formula is given to you. You must come up with a structural formula, ClOCl, and from there, you will draw the dot and cross diagram. Take note, they tell us to draw all the electrons in the compound. So that's why we have such a complicated. Okay, what I'll normally do is I'll draw the overlap in the outer region, then the inner electrons I'll fill it in later. Because I'll just need to make the circles bigger, make the overlap done. Once I settle with the valence shells, then I can focus on the inner shell, which doesn't take part in the reaction. Or I should say, it doesn't take part in the bonding. And lastly, we look at 13c. Explain why this compound has a low boiling point. So you'll see that this theme keeps repeating itself. Low boiling point, low boiling point, low boiling point. Covalent compound, low boiling point. Why? Little energy needed to overcome the weak intermolecular force of attraction. I think by now you have heard me repeating this statement roughly about at least 7 or 8 times. So that should be in your head now. Okay, so that's all for question 13.